Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon Perna, your football idiot. It's the Week 7 Power Rankings episode, a day late. I know, I am sorry. But today's rankings will be crazy because the Vikings, Eagles, and Bills are all on a bye. And here at That's Good Sports, when a team is on a bye, I say fuck them. They're not going on the Power Rankings list. So this means I get to talk about some teams that may never see the most prestigious list in sports again. And per usual, we will spin the curse wheel at the end of the episode to see which of the top 10 teams gets cursed. My apologies to the Chiefs, who this cute little guy cursed last week. Whew. Let's get into it. 10, we've got the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are in the midst of one of the quickest rebuilds in NFL history, it would appear. We had concerns about their defense, which is still 30th in the NFL after giving up 9 points to Arizona. But they've got some serious pieces. Tariq Woolen is an underrated contender for Defensive Rookie of the Year, while their other rookie, Kenneth Walker, is averaging a cool 5.5 yards per carry. He's going to get a bunch more carries moving forward, so we'll see if that holds. And Woolen has a pick in the last 4 games in a row. Now, you can't really have a Seahawks discussion without talking about Geno Smith, who's completing over 73% of his passes and has thrown just 2 picks in 6 starts. Now, he struggled last week with just 179 passing yards, but he did not turn the ball over. Unless the Niners get healthy, you have a great chance to win the division, Seattle. Number 9, the Chargers. Justin Herbert's 57 passing attempts without a touchdown was the most ever in a win. If that's not a Chargers stat, I don't know what is. Kyler Murray also threw it 57 times without a touchdown this season, but prior to this year, Brett Favre was the last guy to do it in 2005. Obviously, the Chargers would not be on this list without the bye week rule, but they did get an ugly win while they are missing some key players. Keenan Allen should be back this week, which I believe will make your offense look a lot better. Now, if the Broncos are having buyer's remorse with QB Russell Wilson, the Chargers may feel the same with corner J.C. Jackson. Maybe they can ask the Patriots if they can do a buy one, get one. Give us Jack Jones, too. Jackson has given up 3 touchdowns this season. He gave up 3 all of 2021 and never allowed a QB passer rating above 63. This season, 112 is the lowest passer rating he's allowed when targeted. Maybe he's not really healthy, but he's been blowing coverages all this year. Number 8, the Ravens. Now, the Ravens could easily be 6-0. But alas, they're 3-3, and as Bill Parcells always said, I'm scared of spiders, snakes, and the IRS. Wait, that's the wrong Parcells quote. He said, "You are what your record says you are." The Ravens have, uncharacteristically, the 20th ranked scoring defense in the league, and their secondary is getting diced up on a regular basis, even by teams like the Giants. Their inability to hold on to a lead is a meme at this point, but it suggests their defense is not clutch and their offense makes too many mistakes when the game is on the line. Lamar Jackson is the 5th leading rusher in the NFL. Ronnie Stanley is back on the line and playing well. I think it's simple. Get back to running the ball. Right now, the Ravens 12th in rushing attempts this year, and you should be top 5. Number 7, I've got the Falcons. For all their lack of offensive talent and their unwillingness to acknowledge Kyle Pitts at times, the Falcons have managed to field the 8th best scoring offense in the league and currently reside at the top of a very lackluster NFC South division. That's a testament to head coach Arthur Smith, who I think got unfairly criticized after one season in a tough situation. And hey, their defense is giving up the 9th fewest rushing yards per game at 104. The fact that there's at least one category where the defense isn't ranked bottom 5 is a massive upgrade over 2021. And you're +2 in the turnover differential. That's good. Now, if the Falcons can start to utilize Kyle Pitts more frequently, anything better than 2 receptions a game would be an improvement. This offense can start to look pretty good. They run the shit out of the football with the second most attempts in the league. So they're making things easy on their passing game and winning efficiently. Number 6, the Bengals. For as bad of a start as they had to the year, the Bengals are in prime position to seize first place in the AFC North this weekend. Their run game isn't particularly effective. Joe Mixon is averaging just 3.3 yards per carry, but Joe Burrow has spread the ball around nicely to Jamar Chase, hi T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd with all three guys at least 300 receiving yards. This team is just 15th in scoring right now, and you have to assume that changes in a good way for Cincy soon. They have a very winnable 4-game stretch coming up with the Falcons, the Browns, the Panthers, and the Steelers, so it would not surprise me at all to see the Bengals atop the division around Thanksgiving. And don't forget, a great way to support my YouTube channel is by purchasing my coffee at BenchwarmerBrew.com. We've got my coffee, we've got urinating trees, 5 Points, and Tom Grossi's tea bags. And the price of coffee is about to go up. It's just the way the world works. We have to pay more to get the coffee, and if you want to lock in the current price right now, you can do so with the subscription service at BenchwarmerBrew.com. You can have the coffee delivered to you monthly, weekly, however you want. But if you want to lock in a cheaper price before it goes up, now is the time to do the subscriptions. BenchwarmerBrew.com. Number 5, the Jets. If you just looked at Zach Wilson's dropbacks against the Packers, you would have assumed that the Jets were blown out at Lambeau, when kind of the opposite was true. The Jets seem to have nailed not just the Sauce Gardner pick, but second-round running back Breece Hall is playing out of his mind. Garrett Wilson, receiver, leads the team in receptions, and rookie edge rusher Jermaine Johnson is contributing as well. Their whole defensive front's pretty good. Now, this may go down as one of the best rookie classes in recent memory if it doesn't already belong to the New York Giants. One impressive thing to me is New York is getting it done with 2 tackles on IR in George Fant and Mekhi Becton. Zach Wilson has just 1 passing touchdown in 3 starts this season. The Jets have won 3 in a row with the sophomore QB, who's not playing that well, who has thrown just 1 touchdown in those games. That's the most gritty streak in the NFL right now. And be thankful nobody is criticizing your quarterback, New York. Just imagine if his first name was Russell instead of Zach. Or Justin Fields. Now, it took some digging, but I found one impressive stat for the Jets. They lead the NFL in points scored in the 4th quarter. Number 4, I've got the Cowboys. All great fairy tales must come to an end. And we have turned the final page on the heartwarming Cooper Rush story. I'm excited to see how Dak plays in his return, if he does indeed return this week against the Lions. I think he will. I believe he will play well. But there is a lot of pressure on him right now to keep the Cowboys competitive and in the win column. He did not look good week 1 before his injury, so I think there's a lot of pressure on Dak. Now that my Broncos lead the NFL in total penalties and penalty yards, I pay attention to that stat. The Cowboys had the most penalties in 2021, and right now they are 5th in the league for most penalties. That's really an area that if they improve significantly, they will be a really tough team to beat, assuming Dak brings a spark to the offense. And I think with CeeDee Lamb in rhythm, Gallup back, and the emergence of Noah Brown, Dak should look a lot better than he did week 1. Number 3, would have went to the Vikings, but they're on a bye, so I've got the Patriots. I didn't even have the Patriots on this list last week. Call me a Bailey Zappi stan. If Bill Belichick goes back to Mac Jones, I will remove them from this list. Jones had thrown too many picks while starting this season prior to his injury. Zappi looks like a machine right now, passer rating over 100 every week. He's completing 72.9% of his passes, aka Zaps. See what he's got against a good Bears defense and then make the decision between him and Jones. That's my advice, Bill, and I know you want some random YouTuber's advice. The Patriots defense is getting better every week. And they can run the fuck out of the football now on offense. 230 plus yards and 2 touchdowns over the last 2 weeks for Ramondre Stevenson. Damian Harris should be back this week, if not the week after. He's getting healthy. They are evolving in the right direction. Bill Belichick talked about how good the Bears were for 7 straight minutes in his press conference. Even the Bears were like, please shut the fuck up, Bill. Have you seen us? Number 2, would have went to the Eagles, but I've got the Giants. Yes, this is a world where the Giants are number 2 on the power rankings. Before I get to the Giants though, here's a stat that really stood out to me and is a testament to how good the Eagles secondary is right now. James Bradbury and Darius Slay are number 1 and number 3 for fewest yards allowed this season. Having 2 corners doing that is ridiculous. And it's probably a big reason you're plus 12 in turnover differential, Philly. 3 times better than any other team. Now the Giants have just 1 interception this season. So I'm guessing you're missing James Bradbury a little bit, as he has 2 for a division rival. However, New York does have 7 fumble recoveries this season, best in the league. Saquon Barkley did fall behind Nick Chubb as the league's leading rusher, but we all know he's the reason the Giants offense is hanging in games. Someone outside of Darius Slayton has to emerge in the passing game though. And injuries, they have been brutal to that position this season. I get it, but if Kadarius Toney or Wan'Dale Robinson can get healthy and involved, maybe you'll see this offense produce some non-Barkley yards. And that's important because if a team just figures out you shut down Barkley, your run will come to an end. Pun definitely intended. Right now, 8th fewest yards per game for the Giants offense behind the Commanders and oh yikes, the Broncos. And number 1 by default is the fucking Chiefs. This would have been the Bills. So you're number 1, Kansas City, congratulations. 3 teams were on a bye, otherwise you'd be at 4. And now we must spin the curse wheel. You took down the Chiefs. Who do you fancy now, curse wheel? Who do you fancy? Get out of here, bad mojo. Only good cursing mojo. That's just me getting the mojo out. Uh-oh, 6. Who did I put at 6? Who's 6? Sorry, I had to look to see who I put at 6. It's the Bengals. We cursed the Bengals. Oh no. Oh, Burrow's gonna be sacked 10 times this week, isn't he? Fudge. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports Power Rankings. Again, I'm sorry it's late, but I was working on this Bills-Chiefs episode. Please check that out when you get a chance. And you're welcome. No, I mean, thank you. Thank you.